Roger Federer ended his tennis career surrounded by his greatest rivals, in a ceremony that was emotional for any tennis fan. Between those rivals, there was Novak Djokovic, who you can tell ended having a good relationship with. But this was not always like this throughout their careers. In fact, Federer and Djokovic do have a history between each other. Moments on interviews and matches that suggest that they did not have a very good relationship between each other, especially Federer towards Djokovic. Let's rewind back to where it all started. Davis Cup 2006, Serbia against Switzerland. Djokovic is playing Stan Wawrinka, Federer's teammate of course, and when he's down 2-1, decides to take a medical timeout. And after the medical timeout, he makes the comeback and wins the match in 5 sets. A medical timeout that Federer criticized hardly. I'm not sure if it was in an interview or between players and this is well known, but Federer basically said that he did not trust Djokovic's injury and that this medical timeout was taken to disrupt Wawrinka's rhythm. Not a very good start to their relationship. In 2007, Djokovic became very famous, apart from being a great tennis player, for his imitations on other players, something that some people found very funny, others not. But of course these imitations included Roger Federer, and you wonder if Federer took them very nicely after what happened at the Davis Cup. It's obviously not the same if a friend imitates you, as if a guy that you don't like does it, and you can tell that throughout those early years, when they both shake hands in their matches, Djokovic tries to be really nice when he loses, but on the other hand, Federer is much colder. In 2008, when they were playing at Monte Carlo, Federer had to tell the Djokovic after Djokovic retired from a match against Andy Roddick at the Australian Open in the quarterfinals. Federer was asked about that match and had some interesting words about it.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be diplomatic, but we're kind of surprised also with the heat getting into him like that and seeing him stop.
Well, I mean, it's happened before, so I mean, it's not the guy who's never given up in his career, you know. So that's kind of disappointing to see, you know, when you got two top guys playing each other and you give up. I mean, he gave up against me in Monaco this year because of last year because of sore throat. Yes, I mean, those are kind of things, you know, you wonder about.
The choice of words here is very interesting. The way he says given up doesn't seem to transmit much respect, and you can tell that still at that point he doesn't trust Djokovic's injuries, and he doesn't have much respect for the way he retires from some matches. Djokovic did not respond to these words, but they met just some weeks later at Miami. Djokovic won that match in 3 sets, and again the handshake was a bit cold from Roger. You can still tell that Djokovic makes good eye contact, wants to be nice in the handshake, but in all of their handshakes, it's Federer that is colder with him. In 2011, after their epic semi-final at the US Open, in which Djokovic saved 2 match points, one with an incredible return, Federer's words after the match were a bit controversial, describing that match point save as lucky, and saying that Djokovic hit that shot pretty much giving up on victory, with no belief in winning the match. Again, some words that make you wonder what level of respect does Federer have for Djokovic.
Just the way he returns that, it's just not a guy who believes much, you know, much anymore in winning, and then to lose against someone like that, it's very like he was mentally out of it already, you know, and just gets the lucky shot in and off you go.
In 2012, at Madrid, said by Federer himself, they both talked on some events that happened in the past, especially on the Davis Cup thing, and from there on, the relationship between the two improved a lot. The level of respect between each other grew throughout the years. You can tell for a lot of words that they gave to each other, and even for the body language in many occasions. The only thing that again made people wonder how good of a relationship did these two have between each other were many words said to the press by Djokovic's father, who you have to say has a history of messing up and has many statements completely idolizing his son, but having bad words towards Federer and Nadal. For example, in 2016, Djokovic's father said that Federer was the typical Swiss cold man, and that Federer, at 34 years of age back then, should retire. It's funny because Federer then won 3 more slams, and he also criminalized Federer for having this history of not believing Djokovic's injuries in the past. When Djokovic is asked about some controversial words from his father, he says that he cannot control everything his dad says, and that he does not agree with many of his opinions. And quickly before continuing with the video, let me just say that only 5.5% of you guys are subscribed to the channel. Disappointing, even Nadal knows it. So if you're not subscribed yet to the channel, make sure to hit that red button to enjoy great tennis videos. That said, let's get back to the video. But apart from Djokovic's father, you can tell that throughout the years they developed a lot of mutual respect. In 2018, we even saw them playing doubles together at the Laver Cup, competing side by side. That was actually dope. They lost the match, but they left us with some very good images that 10 years before we wouldn't have imagined. They also left us with great funny moments with the press.
You know, we managed to clinch it, and it was something that we were hoping for.
Are we not going on vacation together?
Okay.
Let's go.
As long as you pay.
Okay. I can. That's the problem.
It's said then.
Hey, Roger.
You can too, though.
We can chip in.
The further the table,
You pay the drinks.
the further the table goes this way, the less we can pay. Actually, just keep it at that side. And having John McEnroe on the opposite bench, and you know, it's quite unique. Actually, and I leave that to you. You talk about. It's almost like a perfect tennis dream, you know. And
Yeah, watching that, it's easy to see that they were cool between each other right there. And this year, we could see them as close as we've ever seen them. We saw them together at this year's Wimbledon ceremony, and of course, at Federer's retirement. Of course, both very emotional in the ceremony. I think the whole tennis world cried that day, seeing images like these. Then we could see them coaching each other in their respective matches, something that was beautiful to watch. Because actually both fan bases have been very divided, especially what I've seen on the internet. Pretty toxic comments from Djokovic fans to Federer and from Federer fans to Djokovic. Throughout many years, it was a big mess. And seeing Federer wanting to retire with Djokovic besides him and seeing images like this, I think that's much more powerful than any toxic comment. And at the end of the day, they've been rivals for 15 years, and look at the respect they have for each other. Absolutely amazing to watch, and a beautiful message to the tennis world. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If that's the case, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Like I said before, make sure to subscribe to the channel to enjoy more great tennis commentary videos like this. And hopefully, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace!